For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. Also, I've got a new merchandise store, hats, hoodies and new tee designs, all available right now on the link in the description. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 3 of Season 2 here at Everton Football Club. We start with the final of the pre-season tournament against Bayern Munich. Of course, we played them earlier on in the tournament in the group stage and got a draw. So, kind of confident of being able to get something out of the game, although we might have to draw again and go to extra time and or penalties to beat arguably one of the top 2 or 3 sides in Europe. There's a big gap between that game and the first game of the Premier League season against Swansea, so we may only have one game today. It depends how frantic the transfer window is. This time last season, we actually just had an entire episode of purely transfers that was like half an hour long because there was so much going on. I have added a couple of other suggestions to the shortlist. We've got Virgil Van Dyck. Of course, Southampton and Leicester got relegated last season, so we're looking at Van Dyck perhaps to pick up as a cheaper option at centre-back. Of course, we are obviously also looking at Ryan Bertrand as well from Southampton. Leicester's players seem to be a little bit more expensive, so it's a shame that Riyad Mahrez is still 40 million. Looking at João Mario, although I would be keen on using him at centre mid, not as a winger. He definitely, as far as I'm concerned, suits a centre mid role, and whilst he is expensive, he does look pretty damn good. So would be keen on maybe having a look at him. It all depends on how much money we can muster, because a lot of players are very expensive. We've also added Jack Wilshere to the list as well. Spent last season on loan at Bournemouth. Arsenal clearly won the league and didn't really need him, so he might be open to a move to Everton. And of course, I'd love to bring in some more English talent. That's why we're looking at Ryan Bertrand as well. Someone else we've added to the list is Milo or Milot. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest. Rashika, though, he's at Vitesse. So he was a popular suggestion in the comment section, so I've added him to the list too. Waiting for some scout reports on a number of players. A few we have had those scout reports back. So I'm going to start throwing some bids in now. Also actually added Memphis Depay to the list as well, as he was a popular option. So there are plenty of people here for me to start throwing bids in for. So I'm going to go and do that right now, and then I'll quickly show you what bids I've put in, and then we will go and play Bayern Munich in the final of the pre-season tournament. I'll be back in a moment. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this series. The finale of the journey went up last night, so check the channel page for that if you missed it. But I'm going to go and throw in probably about 25 different transfer bids, and I'll catch up with you in a moment. I've thrown in offers for Socrates. We did that in the last episode. De Vrij, João Mario, Jack Wilshere, Baselli, Çalhanoğlu and Memphis Depay. Still waiting for scout reports on a number of players. So I haven't been able to throw in bids for absolutely everybody. But hopefully something will get done in today's episode, because there's a decent amount of time between this game and the Swansea one. So I'd very much like to get something done if we possibly can. I'm going to play Iñaki Williams up top at striker, and we will put Kevin Morales out wide on the left. Yannick Bolassi's out for 3 months, isn't he now, after breaking his ankle, which is fantastic. Definitely really not frustrated at that at all. Let's throw Idrissa Gana Gueye into the starting lineup as well, ahead of Axel Witsel. I'm tempted to put James Ward-Prowse in there too, but I think that side should be strong enough to take on Bayern Munich, and we'll see how we get on. I might throw a couple of other players onto the bench just to freshen things up slightly. Where are you, Brian Oviedo? We'll throw you on there for Luke Garbutt. But that should be a decent enough team to go out and cause Bayern Munich at least some problems. So we'll try and win this game if we can. If not, just try and not embarrass ourselves against obviously better opposition. McCarthy into Idrissa. Out to Asamoah. Morales is in some space here. I'll look for Iñaki Williams in the middle. I was actually going to not find Ross Barkley because he missed the header into Lewandowski. Bayern Munich starting a strong side against me here. Slightly stronger than the one they played in the group stage game against me, I think, because they'd already won their opening game, so weren't necessarily needing to start as strong a side to ensure that they got a victory from the game against us. They were quite happy to play a weaker side, rest some players and get a draw to then obviously win their third game against Benfica and get themselves through to the semi-final. A semi-final that they won by 3-0 against Paris Saint-Germain. So clearly when their strongest side is out, they are a force to be reckoned with. And Frank Ribery is taking me on a merry old dance here, but thankfully his cross is pretty poor, and we'll just slow things down, get some confidence on the ball, and then hopefully build something of our own. Lewandowski on the run down the right, gets the cross in, but there's nobody there to aim at. I don't quite know why Lemos left that to kick rather than just heading it clear, but never mind. We'll just try and work this away as best we can. I'll look here for McCarthy. Morales is making a good run. He's got Philip Lahm with him, obviously one of the best and most experienced right backs in world football. We'll drill this up wide to De La Feu, who's up against one of the best and most experienced left backs in world football, but he's got the better of him here, but unfortunately the cross isn't very good. Straight into the hands of arguably the best goalkeeper in world football. Quite the team Bayern Munich have, isn't it, really, to be fair? Does work it out wide to Ribery, up against Mason Holgate. Bit of a mismatch really in quality, but hopefully Mason can do well enough. Forcing Ribery backwards, but cannot cope with those feet, and it's a good ball in. Arturo Vidal gets there. I'm just going to get rid of this. I don't want to take any risks at the back, not with Robert Lewandowski waiting in the wings. Renato Sanchez is fast enough to be able to deal with the pace of Morales. Poke this here looking for Iñaki Williams. Can Meni Benatia cope with the pace? It's not Meni Benatia, it's Jerome Boateng, but they can't cope with the pace of... Oh, God, I can't get this shot off. We have got the shot off, and then Neuer saves. They can't cope with the pace of Iñaki Williams in that striking position. Unfortunately, I just couldn't get a decent enough effort away. Morales wins the header. Neuer dives, but it was well wide. Showing good strength. Great strength, in fact. Trying to get it off him, I just can't. Ian Robin feeds it inside to Marco Verratti. No sign of Xabi Alonso in their midfield. Alaba, though, on the run down the left-hand side. I can't keep up with him. It's a dangerous cross, and Lemos has to head away. Holgate does well to keep that in, actually, and stop them from getting a corner. But at what cost? Ribery picks up on the loose ball and bangs it into the top corner. That's at what cost? Tried my best to stop them from getting a corner. Only gifted them the first goal of the game. Lovely finish from Frank Ribery. He couldn't have placed that any better if he tried. Barkley loses out to the Frenchman, just shrugs him off for a second time, and then smacks that into the top bins. That's a great finish. World-class goal from a world-class player to give a world-class team a 1-0 lead. Corner for Bayern. Douglas Costa to take it. There's a number of tall players in the middle, one of which is Jerome Boateng, who chests that down, and that knocked Sergio Rico off his feet there. There was so much venom in that shot. We have worked it away well, and may even catch him on the counter here. Quadro Asamoah up against Meni Benatia, who isn't the fastest, but I'm running out of stamina here with Quadro, so we're going to have to use a teammate. Feed this quickly there to Idrissa. Drop the shoulder, spin it. There's James Ward-Prowse. People making the moves again in the middle. James Ward-Prowse trying to shake them off. Is Idrissa tackled, but will keep the possession. Saponara with a shot. Oh, tipped over the top by Manuel Neuer. After our goalkeeper gets knocked off his feet at one end, their goalkeeper's up on his tippy toes at the other. De La Feu with the cross. Keeper's coming. He's not going to get there. Let's come back out to Joe De La Feu. I'm going to drill it here to Idrissa, who missed the ball. Mason Holgate picks up on it and kicks it straight against Kimmich. There's a man down in the box. It's Saponara who's just come on. Wonderful. He's literally been on the pitch 3 minutes from that corner that Bayern had. He's had a shot and he's gotten himself injured. Well, I don't think he got himself injured. I think it was rather unfortunate, but still. Corner to come in again from De La Feu. Who's up for this one? Kimmich again. Out wide to De La Feu again. I'm going to lift this one into the box again. Axel Witsel can't get there, but Ashley Williams will pick that up. Lewandowski arrives and just takes it off his toes. Do I go for a lunging tackle? No, we'll just try and out-muscle him. We've done well through that gap there. Iñaki Williams is there if needed. And we'll poke it, looking for the run of... Oh, it's going to drop to Iñaki Williams, deflected wide. Trying to get myself this equaliser, and it just won't come right now. And it comes from De La Feu again. Headed away for a third time. Lemos trying to keep it away from Thomas Muller, who's just come on. I see the gap there for... Wasn't meant for you, James Ward-Prowse, but he's in the box. The Englishman tugs penalty. We are going to get... we might get ourselves back in it. My penalty-taking skills recently have not been very good. But I did say in the last episode, if I get another one, I maybe won't try and put it right in the corner. And maybe just aim down the middle and hope to send the keeper the wrong way. So that's what we'll try and do. I'm going to put it into the roof of the net. There we go. That's much better. We have ourselves a 1-1 scoreline, and we are not out of this one just yet. 9 minutes to go. 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go until stoppage time. Can we go and get a winner? I finally scored a penalty as well. Verratti out wide. Here's Alaba. Oh, dangerous. Douglas Costa heads that across the face of goal. And Sergio Rico dived past it. Heavy touch there by Vidal, but I can't get there to try and make the most of the mistake. Kimmich gets this to Julian Green. Idrissa gets the tackle in. Where we come on the counter, we may still... I see the run of Gerard Deulofeu, and that is a wonderful ball out to him, and he takes it in his stride brilliantly. Deulofeu! No, Manuel Neuer, you son of a bitch! I thought we were about to win it. And Iñaki Williams could still help us win it. Cross comes in. It's deep. Deulofeu heads wide. Oh, two great opportunities in the last 2 minutes for the Spaniard, but he can't find the target with a header, and a good save from Deulofeu. Good save from Manuel Neuer, from Deulofeu, I suppose, to deny us with the first opportunity. Mats Hummels comes on for Jerome Boateng, and there's only a matter of seconds left. It looks like we're going to be going to penalties. There goes the final whistle. It's going to be penalties. I don't think there's extra time at the end of this in pre-season. I think it's just pens. It is just penalties. Well, we scored one in normal time. Can I now go and score another 5? I'm not sure. I'll try my best. Axel Witsel will bury the first. That's a good start. Arturo Vidal with a big run-up for Bayern Munich. Not sure which way he's going to go. I'm going to guess the wrong way. Very well tucked away into that bottom corner. Gerard Deulofeu perhaps will try and do the same, maybe. And does do very well indeed. Manuel Neuer looked as if he was going to go that way, and in the end didn't. I'm telling Alaba to go in that top right corner, and he doesn't. He goes in the same corner that the last 2 penalties have gone in. All right, well, maybe Iñaki Williams will go up to that top right, and I really shouldn't, because Manuel Neuer makes a great save. At least it was on target. It's not me completely missing or hitting the post or something. It was a very good save by Neuer, throwing up that left arm, trying to tease Douglas Costa. He didn't take the bait. I thought he was going to go down to the same corner as a lot of the others had. James Ward-Prowse just going to smack this down the middle. It's a good pen. Now I need to save this next one, do I? No, I can afford to have them score this and still be in it, but obviously it would be great if Philipp Lahm misses, and he's done exactly that. Hits the base of the post. The massive run-up not good enough. Kwadwo Asamoah steps up and buries it. Right, save this, Ches, and you win the pre-season tournament and maximise the profit from this Asian trophy. Mats Hummels just on as a substitute, and I dived past the post with Sergio Rico there. That was phenomenal. Right, Brian Oviedo, dodgy run-up. Dodgy penalty. Oh no, have I done it again? Marco Verratti with a big run-up. I dived past the post last time. Is he going to go down the middle? He's not. He's going into that same corner. Bayern Munich win on penalties. I scored some good pens, but I still managed to hit the post and miss. So did Bayern, though, so it's not all my fault. Well, it is all my fault, but at least it wasn't as embarrassing as a few of my other penalties or penalty shootouts recently. We lose in the final of the Asian Trophy, unfortunately. Bayern Munich will win it, but I don't really care to watch their presentation trophy, to be honest. Let's jump back to the transfer window, try and get something done before that first Premier League game against Swansea. Man City have said that they don't think Ross Barkley is worth the 50 million, so I will just hopefully enable him to sign a new contract. Saponara is going to be out for 9 days. I'm going to keep praising him whenever I get a press conference, and I'm going to keep offering him contracts. So fingers crossed, eventually we might be able to get Ross Barkley to re-sign. It's taking ages. He's currently negotiating a deal. All right, that was the £140,000 we offered him, I think. Was it 140? I think it was 140. I'm going to start training players now as well, actually. Just going to go through this and then we'll push on a little bit further. Barkley refuses to negotiate. I think we're going to have to just come to terms with the fact that we are going to lose Ross Barkley here at Everton. And I'm going to have to move him on now, perhaps or use him as make weight in another deal, just to ensure that we get value for him, because I don't want to let him leave on a free at the end of the year. So we will look to replace him now. I'm going to stop offering him contracts, and unfortunately that's going to be Ross Barkley leaving Everton Football Club. However, the manner in which he leaves is still yet to be decided. Will it be for a money deal? Will it be for another player plus a little bit of cash? They want more for Jack Wilshere. They rejected the offer for Çalhanoğlu as well. Torino have rejected the offer for Baselli, and we might be able to get Socrates. Even though you're interested in the player, who did I offer? Ashley Williams plus 4. They want a little bit more. Well, they want a substantial amount more. Okay. How about 12 plus Ashley Williams? Because Ashley Williams is on about 80 grand a week. So Socrates on 56, we could save a little bit there. Could afford to pay a little bit more transfer fee-wise. I think Çalhanoğlu would be my favourite central midfielder to sign, to be honest. Although Jack Wilshere could be pretty handy. Let's throw in another couple of bids. Inter wants 61 million for João Mario. Good luck, lads. You ain't getting that. Not even close to. Memphis is someone we could genuinely look to get on the left-hand side. I might try and use Kevin Morales as part of this deal. He's valued at 13 million. So if I offer them perhaps 8 million plus, then that might be a deal that can go through. We'll have to wait and see. Transfer offer for Sergio Rico. Sorry, Leipzig, but it is not going to happen. 82 rated at 23 years of age, and plenty of growth still there for our young Spaniard. He's going nowhere. Stefan de Vrij, they are interested in the player I offered them, which of course was Ashley Williams, but they want a little bit more money. Okay, how about 16 million? We're going to have to make our money stretch that little bit further, because last time we were looking to get a couple of rotation options. Now we're looking purely for marquee first team players, so we're going to have to shell out. It might be a case of having to make a tough decision between which first team player to buy if you know, money won't go around. Ethan Cox is going to go out on loan to Luton Town though. That will do him the world of good. £15 million bid for Jovetic though is most definitely going to be rejected. Not a chance unfortunately for Borussia Mönchengladbach, not a chance at all. Leverkusen, they are interested in a straight swap perhaps for Barkley, but they want a little bit more money. Barkley's valued at 27 though. I could... If someone comes in with a bid of like 40 million for Barkley, I'd probably accept it, because I could probably get someone like Çalhanoğlu a little bit cheaper. They're not interested in Ross Barkley at Arsenal. Okay. That makes things a little bit more awkward, because Wilshere, sorry, he's on £135,000 a week, and wages could be a real issue there. At least players like Çalhanoğlu are on like 50, 60 grand a week. Bradley Robinson's going to go out on loan as well. At 18 years of age, he's got good potential. He's the five-star, I think. The youngster. We've got so many youngsters, I lose track of which one's which. Leicester have accepted £12 million plus Ashley Williams for Socrates. That's fantastic. I'll offer him 70 grand a week. And hopefully he'll accept that. It's still a good £14,000 a week pay rise from what he's currently on. And United have continued to reject. They're not interested in Kevin Morales for Memphis Depay. That's annoying. Okay. What about Aidan McGeady? Would you be interested in Aidan McGeady perhaps plus £17 million? It's a stretch and a stab in the dark, but you never know with career mode. You might get lucky. Transfer offers for James Yates, a player that I'm more than happy to let go for a little bit undervalued just to get him out of the club. And also another offer for Stefan Jovetic, but again, he's going nowhere. There have been a few calls in the comment section for me to move Jovetic on, but I'm not keen on doing that just yet. Ashley Williams plus 16 million has been accepted for Stefan de Vrij. Now, Socrates, they're both valued the same. Socrates is older, and perhaps I'd have to compare their stats, actually. I'd have to compare their stats, but I'll offer him 80 grand a week, which is 10-ish more than we offered. Well, it is 10 more than we offered Socrates. I'm going to have to compare their stats. That's going to be a tough decision if we have to make the choice between Socrates and Stefan de Vrij. Still waiting for a scout report back on Virgil van Dyck and complete scout reports on players like Ryan Bertrand, although he's valued at 9.5 million. So that could be doable. And you can see from these stats, Socrates is better physically, not as good on the ball, but just as good in the tackle. So that would be a tough decision to make. I think because youth is on his side. How tall is Socrates? 6'1". How tall is Stefan de Vrij? 6'2". I think because youth is on his side, we might go for Stefan de Vrij, although I might need to accept the cheaper offer for Socrates so that we can afford to buy players elsewhere, as in midfield and out wide on the left and left back, because I still want to try and bring in Ryan Bertrand if I can, if his stats are good enough. Leverkusen transfer offer accepted, £6 million plus Ross Barkley for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He only wants 60 grand a week as well. I'll offer him 57.5, and he should accept that. 4 years, important first team player. That looks like that's a deal that might be about to go through. Not necessarily a like-for-like player. Çalhanoğlu isn't quite as good physically, but he's definitely better than Ross Barkley technically, so I'd be very keen on that. And Socrates has accepted the offer as well, so we'll hold off and wait and see what happens with Stefan de Vrij. They're not interested in Aidan McGeady. That's not surprising, really. What about Brian Oviedo? I'm just trying anything here to try and save a little bit of money because, like I say, we have a number of marquee signings we want to make, and yes, £40 million is a lot of money, or £40 to £50 million is a lot of money, but in the modern climate, it's really not. So we're going to have to be careful. Players sold. James Yates has gone to Morecambe. Scout reports are back on a number of players, so I will look into those. But I think I'm going to go for Socrates over Stefan de Vrij, purely to save a little bit of funds. Actually, look at that. Look, our wage budget actually goes up. Just to save a little bit of money so that we have enough money to go out and still bring in Çalhanoğlu and a left-sided midfielder and a left-back. I apologise, Stefan de Vrij, but you are not the player of choice right now. I'm going to go and have a look at these scout reports, and then we'll go take that particular option a little bit further. Now, the left-back conundrum is a real conundrum. He's more expensive, Juan Bernat, but he is so much better than Ryan Bertrand. But at the same time, overall, there's not that much between them. Bernat is younger, but Bertrand is English. So I don't know what to do. I'm probably going to offer for both, I think. We'll offer for both and just see what happens. But I think they're going to be the only left-backs that I look to bring in. And I will use, of course, Brian Oviedo, if I can, in either deal to try and sweeten it a little bit so that they accept. Look at the state of this kid's physicals. Or his pace. 98 acceleration for Rashica. What on earth is that all about? 90 sprint speed as well. 92 agility. Ball control and dribbling are decent. Finishing is okay. Passing isn't that good, but we could train that. He might be a cheap alternative to go for out wide. However, Kevin Volland is a player that can play in any of the front four positions, really. So, I don't know what to do there either. I think, Nabil Fekir as well, although £26 million is a lot of money. Oh, so many decisions to be made. So many decisions to be made. Staff are busy and can't scout Quintero right now, which sucks. But Çalhanoğlu looks like he's coming in. So, I mean, Memphis is incredible too. Oh, God, what do I do? There's so many decisions to be made. So many options. And I'm not a decision maker. You guys know this by now. Volland would be available for a decent whack of money. Is there anyone I could use to sweeten the deal? Perhaps Morales, yes. Because, of course, he hasn't had any other offers in for him, so we might as well throw Morales in there. And we'll offer £12 million plus Kevin Morales for Volland. I'll offer Morales as well for Nabil Fekir, do I? Well, there's no harm in just trying, is there, I suppose? So we'll do the same there. Oh, God, there's just so many options. And it's making a decision between the 7 players that I could potentially bring in this role. Yannick Ferrer Carrasco is still there. And I'd be very keen on bringing him in as well. Holy shit biscuits, there are a lot of good players in these positions that we're looking to strengthen in, and I have absolutely no idea which one to actually go and try and buy. Çalhanoğlu has accepted the contract offer. He is in. And look at the jump we get in our wage budget as well. That's handy. Çalhanoğlu will be just as good for us as Ross Barkley, and hopefully that extra little bit of saving on the wage budget will help us out. Had a transfer offer for Stephen Kinsella, who, again, I'm just going to accept the deal for. Oh, I tell you what, I'm not sure what to do now. Even more so, they're still turning down offers for Memphis Depay, so I'm going to have to offer just cash for him. I might have to resort to getting someone that I can use Morales in part of the deal with as well. They're not interested in Oviedo for Bernat either. I think I'm going to hold off on Wan-Bissaka because I think I just need to save money if I want to bring the amount of players in as we do, especially with the quality of player that we do as well. They are interested in Brian Oviedo for Ryan Bertrand. That is exactly what I needed to hear right now. If I offer them 11 million as well, that could free up the amount of money we need to bring in a left-sided midfielder. That's very good. I had a player conversation thing there as well. What's that? Sergio Rico wants to talk about wages. Of course you do. Just as soon as I get some extra money, you want me to go and spend it on you rather than a new signing. What are you currently on, Sergio? 15 grand a week. Okay, I think I can stretch to an extra £5,000 a week for you, my man. I don't mind that at all. He's been fantastic for us. And the fact that he still only wants 20 grand a week is an absolute bonus. Right, moving further on. They're not interested in Morales at Atleti, which sucks because Yannick Ferrer-Carrasco is probably my favourite choice for that left mid spot. I'm going to hold off and wait and see how much money we've got left after a potential Ryan Bertrand deal, but they are interested in Morales at Leverkusen, but they want a large amount of money to go along with it. So let's offer them 18 plus Morales and see what they say. They want 40.5 total, but I just don't want to stretch that far. I don't even think my bank balance will stretch that far, to be honest. 3 emails coming in here. Stephen Kinsella's been sold. Manchester United have accepted the offer of 23 million for Memphis Depay. That's a curveball I wasn't expecting. Well, he'll probably accept what he's already on at Man United, probably, and especially if I offer him important first-team player. Right. I wasn't expecting that. Nor is Memphis Depay my first option. And they are interested in Morales as well for Fekir. Oh, holy shit, what am I going to do? Fekir, Volland, Depay, Ferreira-Carrasco. I'm going to have a decision on my hands here. I may even have to ask you guys and wait for your response. Transfer offer accepted for Ryan Bertrand. £11 million plus Brian Oviedo. If I offer him 60 grand a week, he should accept that. And crucial first team player. And then we will know exactly what we've got to spend on a player to fill the boots of Kevin Morales. Things are moving along at quite a pace now. Whoa! Atleti accept a bid of 65 million. 65 million for Jan Oblak. Depay's accepted the contract offer. I'm going to hold off. Just to see what else happens. Oh, jeeps. How am I supposed to make this decision? Leverkusen have accepted the offer for Volland, as have Leon for Fekir. Oh, holy shit. What am I even supposed to do? I'll offer you 70 and important first team player. Kevin Volland can play anywhere across the front three. That's the thing that's kind of making me lean towards him right now. But Ferreira-Carrasco was my favourite player of the lot. Fekir doesn't want much wage-wise though, which also would be a plus point. Oh, lads! Memphis has already accepted a contract as well. How much money... Actually, let's just get the Ryan Bertrand deal done, and then we'll see how much money we've got left. And if I can just throw in a cash bid for Carrasco, I will do. Bertrand offer accepted. Ryan Bertrand is in. Right, I have £28.8 million. I'm going to fiddle with the budget slightly. We still have Kevin Morales to sell, of course. So... But no one's come in with a bid for Morales. That's the thing. No one's come in yet with a bid for Kevin Morales. And Atleti aren't interested in him. Oh, what's he on a week? He's only on 50 grand a week. Okay. That opens things up. That really opens things up for negotiation. Because if I address my budget, I only need 50 grand a week-ish. Or maybe 70 to 75. I can offer them just over 30 million for Yannick Ferreira-Carrasco. And I still would have Kevin Morales available to sell. We have a left back. We have a centre back. We have a central midfielder. The only position we currently don't have is this left-sided midfielder. So I'm going to go back to my office. I'm going to go to this email here. And we are going to remove Morales from this. And I'm going to offer you 30 million. And we'll see what they say. Atleti have accepted the £30 million bid for Yannick Ferreira-Carrasco. And he only wants 60 grand a week. Now, the only issue with this would be the Kevin Morales hasn't had a bid in for him yet, and he wouldn't be involved in that deal. Memphis has accepted the contract. Nabil Fekir has accepted the contract. I've had to counter-offer for Kevin Volland, although it's only an extra £10,000 a week than I offered him, so only a max of 80, and he should accept that. I'm going to have to put this to a vote, I think. I'm going to have to put this to a vote. We'll have to wait and see if Kevin Volland comes back to us before the Monday, which he hasn't done. Right, okay. In the description down below, there will be a straw poll. Vote on that straw poll and let me know whether I sign for the left midfield role. Kevin Volland would play anywhere and everywhere. Kevin Volland, Nabil Fekir, Memphis Depay, or Yannick Ferreira Carrasco. The choice is yours, and bear in mind that Memphis Depay and Ferreira Carrasco don't involve Kevin Morales. Fekir and Kevin Volland do. So if we sign Carrasco or Depay, Morales would still be at the club, but we still have a few weeks to try and get him out of the club. But we haven't had any offers in yet, which is concerning. But it's in your hands. Transfer decision is in your hands. Vote in the description down below. Let me know in the comment section which way you voted. That is going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too if you haven't to this point to see what happens in this second season. Of course, we have Champions League football now as well. And we will start tomorrow's episode with the first game of the Premier League season against Swansea. And also, I will act on your decision as to which midfielder I should buy for that left-hand slot. I will see you next time.